Imagine a 15-year-old sitting at a study table at 2 a.m. Eyes burning, back aching, phone locked away, friends muted, dreams replaced with deadlines. Outside the room, the parents are awake too. Not because they are cruel, but because they are afraid. Afraid their child will fall behind. Afraid of society. Afraid of poverty. Afraid of judgment. Afraid of being the only family whose child didn't make it. So here is the uncomfortable question. If love feels like constant pressure, if success feels like survival, if failure feels like shame, is that parenting, or is that fear wearing the mask of love? India produces IIT toppers, IAS rankers, global source, but India also reports over 13,000 student suicides a year according to NCRB data. That is more than 35 students every single day. Not lazy children, not weak children. Children, burnt out 25-year-olds, emotionally numb 30-year-olds, adults who earn well but don't know who they are without a job title. So the real question is not, are Indian parents loving? The real question is, are we raising successful children or anxious adults? Let's be fair, Indian parents did not wake up one day and decide to damage their children. This system was born from survival. Your grandparents lived through ration lines, limited jobs, unstable income, no social security, no safety nets. One illness could destroy a family. One job loss could collapse everything. Government job meant food. Engineering meant security. Medicine meant respect. Failure meant risk of poverty. Back then, risk was dangerous. Creativity was luxury. Stability was everything. So they pushed their children hard. And it worked. The first generation escaped poverty. The second entered the middle class. The third inherited fear. But here is the problem. What was survival wisdom in 1975 has become psychological pressure in 2026. Today, India has thousands of career paths, digital industries, creative industries, entrepreneurship ecosystems, global remote jobs, startups worth billions. But parenting mindset in many homes still runs on a scarcity operating system. Fear became tradition. Tradition became expectation. Expectation became pressure. Pressure became identity. We are not just passing down property and degrees. We are passing down anxiety, scarcity thinking, shame-based motivation. And fear is powerful, but it is not sustainable. In many Indian homes, marks are not performance. They are personality. If you score high, you are intelligent. If you score average, you are careless. If you fail, you are a disappointment. Children quickly internalize one rule: I am loved more when I achieve. No one writes it on the wall, but it is felt in reactions, in tone, in silence, in comparisons. Then comes the most dangerous ritual: comparison. Sharma ji ka beta, your cousin, your neighbor, your classmate, rank lists, cut-offs, percentiles. Comparison is not motivation. It is humiliation disguised as inspiration. And humiliation creates fear, not excellence. The psychological consequences are predictable. Children stop exploring. They optimize for approval. They become perfectionists. They fear trying new things. They hide mistakes. They lie about grades. They cry in bathrooms. They scroll in secret. They panic before results. By 18, many students don't know what they enjoy. By 25, many adults don't know what they like. They know what pays. They know what impresses. They know what avoids criticism. But they don't know themselves. And when approval becomes oxygen, you will suffocate trying to earn it. Let's remove emotion. Look at patterns. India reports thousands of student suicides annually. Coaching hubs like Kota have become symbols of extreme pressure. Teen anxiety and depression rates are rising sharply. Urban therapists report younger and younger patients. Yet in many homes, mental health is still called drama, excuse, distraction, Western concept. Boys are told, be strong, don't cry, man up, which really means suppress everything. Girls are told, study well, be successful, but don't cross limits. And marry at the right time. Double pressure, zero emotional vocabulary, and then comes the emotional weapon, often unintentional: we sacrificed everything for you. That sentence sounds loving, but it creates debt. It creates guilt, not gratitude. Obedience, not openness. When love becomes conditional, children don't always rebel loudly. They shut down quietly. They perform. They smile. They obey. They win medals. And internally, they disconnect. Disconnected from joy. Disconnected from identity. Disconnected from emotional safety. And when that child grows up, they either explode in rebellion or collapse in burnout. Neither is strength. Let's zoom out. When you suppress curiosity, you reduce innovation. When you punish failure, you kill risk-taking. When you equate respect with salary, you narrow ambition. India wants to be a global innovation hub. But innovation requires experimentation. Experimentation requires failure. Failure requires emotional resilience. If millions of children are trained to avoid risk, avoid embarrassment, avoid deviation from the safe path, you don't get innovators. You get exam machines. You don't get emotionally stable leaders. You get stressed managers. You don't get bold entrepreneurs. You get safe employees. This is not about feelings. It is about economic potential. Countries that dominate globally invest not just in education, but in emotional intelligence, creativity, and independent thinking. If we mass produce anxiety, we mass produce compliance. And compliance never built greatness. Let's be clear. Discipline is not the enemy. Structure is not the enemy. Expectations are not the enemy. Control is. Fear-based motivation is. Strong parenting is not about creating obedient children. It is about creating stable adults. Stable adults can fail without collapsing, can express emotions without shame, can choose careers consciously, can respect blue-collar work, can manage money wisely, can say no, can handle disagreement, can think independently. Marks matter, but they are not identity. Money matters, but it is not character. Marriage matters, but it is not destiny. Strong parenting sounds like, I love you whether you get 60 or 90. It's okay to fail. We will learn from it. Let's understand what suits you. Your health matters more than rank. It looks like listening more than lecturing, guiding more than controlling, protecting without suffocating. Parents update phones every year, but some update their mindset once in 30 years. The world has changed. Careers have changed. Mental health realities have changed. Parenting must evolve too. If you are a parent watching this, this is not an attack. It is a challenge. Ask yourself honestly, are you raising your child for society's approval, or for internal strength? Are you building a resume, or building resilience? Are you creating success, or creating silent damage? Because a country does not rise on mark sheets. It rises on minds that are confident, creative, emotionally secure, and unafraid to fail. If we truly want a powerful India, we must stop raising scared children. We must raise stable minds. That is not rebellion, that is evolution, and that is how we build a better India every day.